Welcome back to Creature Scavengers and Crafting. Today I have a neat project for you. While I was at the Goodwill, I found this lighthouse set. As you can see, it has lots of cool details to it. I thought we could turn this into a tower of some sort. I did pay $3.99 for this hunk of plastic, but I think the price is worth the craft. I'm going to start off by creating a base out of XPS foam. For those new crafters out there, you can find the stuff at any hardware store. Here I'm tracing out land features to get an idea how I want things to line up. Taking a hot foam tool, I'll start cutting a road and a moat out. You can't have a tower without a moat. One word of advice when using a hot foam tool, it's best to wear a protective mask or do this in a well ventilated area. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. Using some dollar store foam core, I'll start creating a bridge. I'm doing this by tracing out where I want the wood planks to be and then scoring it with a craft knife. To add texture, I'm simply using a metal brush. I'll also strengthen this bridge by using some craft sticks at the bottom. Once done with the bridge, it's time to start adding features to the tower and base using some E6000. I'm using some 3D printed components, but you can also use craft beads and leftover sprue from other projects. Feel free to break out the hot glue gun for this. To add a roof, I'll cut cardboard strips to size and hot glue them to the top. I'll then take a piece of cardstock and trace a circle out using a paper plate. I'll measure to the middle and cut. Once done, I'll roll this into a funnel shape and glue it together. To break the roof up, I'll glue strips of cardstock down and then add texture with 2 coats of modeling paste. While the modeling paste is drying, I'll create a cemetery hill with more XPS foam, a 3D printed tree from Loop Studios, and tombstones made from rehearsed mold. Now for the fun part, as I'll add Sculpt-A-Mold all over the base. If you haven't tried Sculpt-A-Mold, I highly recommend it for terrain making. It's easy to work with and creates an awesome natural look. Once the Sculpt-A-Mold is dry, I like to add a coat of black paint and Mod Podge. To fill in the seams of the tower, I'll use silicone caulk. Once the silicone is dry, I'll prime the entire project in black paint, and then I'll do a zenithal highlight with white and turquoise ink. Using Mississippi mud, coffee latte, and nutmeg brown, I'll start to dry brush the entire base. I'll then use chalk pastels to add pigment. Don't be afraid to try bold colors as these really make the project pop. To paint the tower, I'll dry brush using burnt umber, then transition to Steel Legion and finish white. I'll then do an Nagra's Earthshade wash and finish with white highlights on the edges. For the roof, I'm using Desert Turquoise and a metallic chocolate brown. To create the moat, I'll need to hot glue some plastic to the end of the base. It's important to fill in any gaps between the foam and the plastic. You don't want epoxy running onto your work table. I'll then mix a few drops of deep water paint from Dwarven Forge and pour it into the moat. Next up is static grass. To do this, I'm applying PVA glue onto the base and then applying two different types of grass. I'll remove the excess grass once it's dry and apply a coat of watered down PVA. Once that's dry, using a wet paintbrush, I'll remove any other excess grass from the project. For the bridge, I'll cut craft chains to length and apply super glue. Once this is dry, I'll then glue this to the bridge and the tower. That's it for this craft. Let's take a look at it on the table.